just to get straight into it, this is going to be the main project of the channel going forward, and this is my main big project that I currently am trying to focus on. So pretty much this car, I picked it up when I was 17/18. Very first car I ever owned right here. I drove it for about a year. I ran into a couple problems with the cam phasers on the engine. I thought the engine was pretty much gone. Also my tranny blew on this, so you know the car sat for about 2 years, and about 10 months ago to 12 months ago I brought it into the garage. I've been taking it apart and I've just been buying things. Pretty much I just been throwing money at this car whenever I can. My initial plan was I wanted to supercharge this. I wanted forged internals, I wanted manly pistons and rods, forged crankshaft, I wanted the whole thing, ported heads, fat ass fucking cam. I wanted to manual swap it. Now that being said, it just wasn't in the budget, nor could I afford to build a supercharged 3-valve right now. So that brings us to the first thing that I bought for this car. I did pick up this through LKQ. I didn't have to pay for the delivery or anything. I only paid for the actual price of the engine. This engine costed $1660. I could have paid less at about $1,400. I could have gone with 140,000 miles, but I just decided to pay the extra 200 and get a couple 20,000 miles less on this engine. Like I said, the tranny initially blew, but I did take this to my work and we got it rebuilt at my work. So this 5R55 is basically ready to go. It's about like $960, $980 total in parts that I paid to rebuild this, which isn't too bad. So we'll just round it up to 1,000. So in between the engine and the transmission, we have about 2,500 in there. And as far as the engine, my plan is to add some goodies into it. One of the biggest things that I am pretty excited that I did decide to throw at this engine is gonna be this Ford Performance hot rod cam. And if you guys can see, there it is, brand new from American Muscle. That is about another $1,000 right here. If you're gonna add a cam, you might as well do some long tube headers. That brings us to this box over here. Some titanium long tube headers that are ceramic coated, and these are beautiful. As far as the engine so far, we'll have some headers for it. We have some cams for it. So we have gaskets here. Right here we have some bolts, and these bolts are for the cam phasers, which brings us to these, and these are actually lockouts. I actually bought this little cheap kit. This was about 15 bucks on eBay, and the only reason I bought this was for the tools itself. It came with these bolts, but these bolts feel really cheap, and if you guys know about these cam bolts, they're torque to yield, so they're a one-time use. So I didn't trust those bolts, so we got ourselves some original Ford bolts. As far as these, I don't really trust these. I know I see a lot of people run these, and from the $15 kit, they don't look too bad. They feel pretty sturdy. We ordered some billet ones, and so these billet ones are gonna come in the mail hopefully this week. So we should have those here soon enough. As far as timing, we do have a brand new timing kit, and I believe that timing kit's back here. I went the Cloyd's timing kit, and it's just all new everything, which is gonna be pretty great. And I don't want to do timing without getting a new water pump. So from American Muscle again, we did get a brand new water pump right here. And one last thing that's gonna be a major upgrade for all of this is gonna be the oil pump. So we did get this high volume one. This should increase by 20%, and this is a Melling's performance pump. Pretty much as far as the engine, that's pretty much all I have planned for it. And then we do have a tuner right here, a Bama tuner, and that's just gonna be for the tune. I ended up getting these polyurethane mounts. These mounts are for the engine mounts. We also got all brand new hoses right here. This is gonna be all brand new radiator hoses, coolant hoses, and got these from American Muscle as well. We are waiting for the aluminum radiator to get here as well. We do have the stock one over there. We also do have a bunch of new stuff for the accessories. So all this is all brand new lines for the power steering system. That's going to be paired with a new aluminum reservoir for the power steering. And we also have all these components right here. Is just basic kind of maintenance. This some of this I wouldn't really consider performance, but we do have a new rack and pinion right here. We have new ball joints, we have new tie rod ends, we do have new wheel bearing, the whole hub assembly, and that's going to be for the front. Basically trying to freshen up everything on the car. Now what I did pick up literally just last night, I picked up these bullet wheels, and these are actually 18s by 10s, but yeah, I ended up picking these up for $250. The guy only had about 500 miles on these tires, no curb rash, just perfect condition. So we're gonna throw these on the back, and then I believe for the front I might just go with some 18s by 9s. Yeah, pretty much besides that, we're just kind of getting everything ready in here. Besides having it cleaned up, we do have a little bit of rust right here where the battery was. I'm just sanding that down, and the plan is finish up all that sanding. As you can see, I have a good amount right here, but I gotta just finish up the sanding, primer it up, and then tomorrow the paint shows up. So I gotta have all this prepped up for tomorrow. That way I can just paint it tomorrow. But yeah, we're just gonna keep doing that and see where it goes.
I'm always losing myself in the darkness. You said you really loved me, and suddenly you found the right one, and suddenly forgot about me. So tell me, do you still care? So tell me, can we love again? Se me va el tiempo cada vez que la veo, pasando horas y yo no me le despego. Se me va el tiempo cada vez que la veo, pasan horas y yo no me le despego. Quiero que regrese todo a como era, pero yo ya no creo que eso pase. Dice
Alright guys, so it actually started raining outside, and I actually brought in the subframe or the K-member back inside. Basically for this one, I had it on the side as well, and I washed it. The one thing is that this side had a lot of surface rust, so I just went and wet sanded it for the most part. I still need a little bit right here, and then I'm also just gonna paint it just black again.
más y ella ya no piensa que se pueda recuperar.
Alright, so I've actually made quite a bit of progress here. And as far as this, it's already ready. I was just waiting for it to dry, and then I'm gonna do the whole primer. Over here, I haven't gone to the cleaning yet, as I feel like the cleaning is gonna be the easy part. A little bit time consuming, but it's basically just degreasing all these lines. As this fuse box and the PCM/TCM, I probably am gonna unbolt it all as one piece and just let it hang down here. That way I can fully clean this whole little area with degreaser, and then I'll just pop it back on.
Bring me down once again, alright. I need to feel you one more time, 'cause I don't fall for no one else. And your love got me so fucked up. Yeah, your love got me so fucked up. I think of you when I am alone, and at night I can't sleep. You're in my head when I close my eyes. I don't know why I feel this way. It might be that I fell in love with the girl that almost me. But I
As far as the sanding inside the engine bay, I've actually been kind of slacking on it a little bit. What I ended up focusing on is just getting everything cleaned. As you guys can see, this whole side is pretty much already done. The last thing I got to do is just clean up the AC lines. What I'm currently working on is the fuse box right now. It's mostly clean. Besides all this little weird stuff, I don't know what this is from. It's been on the car since I got it, and pretty much to get rid of this, I would have to sand it away. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe up here I might sand this part up and then just paint it. But down here, I mean, the whole fuse box kind of just sits here, and then the whole wiring is right here, so you're not really gonna see it. I'm also redoing the whole wire loom. As you guys can see, I've done this part. That's the only part I redid. I do have a little bit of a smaller size on the loom. on there. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual size for it. Pretty much everything is going pretty well. Over here I have, they're just drying up, but this is the bottom of the fuse box, and we have the lid, and then this is just the bracket for the actual fuse box. So we're just waiting for that to dry. I'm just going to continue doing this, and then I'll let you guys know what it looks like once I'm done. All right, you guys, so this is the finished product as far as cleaning and getting the loom all reset. This corner is still a work in progress, and honestly I just been kind of slacking on the sanding. I just get kind of bored of going with the sanding, but we actually did get this in the mail about 20 minutes ago, and this is the mineral gray, and yeah, this matches up pretty well to it. But as you guys can see, it's pretty clean down here. There isn't any gunk as much as before. There's a little bit of sand from where I was just blowing it around, but for the most part all the gunk here is out. I was gonna relume this one over here, but it seems to be fine. Just the tape's a little bit worn out on it here, and if I can actually get that tape out right now, yeah, it's just a piece of tape hanging out there. But yeah, everything here is pretty clean. All this is cleaned up, as you guys can see. This is for the condenser, and that's clipped on here. This is clipped on here. This is just loosely moving around, since once it gets bolted up it'll be fine. This is for the condenser as well, and I'm not too terribly upset with this area, but I felt like I could have cleaned it a little bit better, especially inside there. But as far as detecting leaks, if we ever do get a leak, it'll be fairly noticeable since it's pretty clean in here. And then as far as this side, this is what took me a little bit longer. As I said, I wasn't gonna redo this whole little spill thing because the whole fuse box is on it and you can't even tell. And as far as this, you won't even be able to see it. I mean, the headers are gonna be here and everything else is gonna be in the way. Yeah, this is pretty much the finished product as far as cleaning. And here, I'm actually gonna try to get out of here so I can show you guys what it looks like. I do get sketched out climbing over the Mustang since it is all on just 4 jack stands. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished product, and I'm pretty happy with it compared to what it looked like to all caked. And if I do have a photo of it, I'm gonna put it up right now. Hopefully I find a photo of it, but as you guys can see, it's pretty caked and dirty. And yeah, as far as working on the engine bay and prepping it up, I think this is pretty much it. So I'm just gonna leave the video here, just gonna cut it off at the engine bay. Also as well, in the next video I do want to get the rear tires put on there, just because I am trying to clear up some space back here, and I really want to see what these 18x10s look like on the rear. And we are still waiting for the billet lockouts, so once those are here I will obviously make a video on working on the engine. So yeah, I'll just leave it here. Hope you guys did enjoy seeing me clean up the engine bay, and I'll check you guys out in the next video.